Well, in this video, I want to highlight the matter of figurative language, particularly when it comes to end times interpretations or to the interpretation of passages that have to do with the end times or with eschatology. And in this regard, it's crucial to recognize that the Bible as a whole is replete with figurative language, and that such language differs from literal language in which words mean exactly what they say. So figurative language, it always requires you and I to use our imaginations to comprehend what the author is driving at. And such imaginative leaps are the rule rather than the exception when it comes to, as I said, apocalyptic language. In fact, we might well say that figurative language is the principal means by which God communicates these spiritual realities to his children. He wants them to understand what is going on, and the figurative language actually helps rather than hurts our understanding. Well, there are a wide variety of ways in which the inspired authors of the biblical text employ figurative language. Three of the most basic literary terms used to classify these figures of speech are metaphor, simile, and hyperbole. So in this video, I'm going to start with the matter of metaphor. We can discuss similes and hyperbole in future videos. So what is a metaphor? A metaphor is an implied comparison that identifies a word or phrase with something that it does not literally represent. But far from minimizing truth, metaphors, well, they serve as magnifying glasses that identify truth we might otherwise miss. And the truth is this: we can't live without metaphors, because metaphors play a significant role in defining everyday realities. Take arguments, for example. Arguments are largely perceived through the prism of war metaphors. Sort of like he shot down all my arguments, or like her criticisms were largely on target. And we don't just conceptualize arguments in terms of war, we actually win or lose arguments, just as in war. My point is, when I say my point is, I'm using another metaphor. My point is that the essence of metaphor is understanding one thing in terms of something else, comprehending one domain of experience in terms of another domain of experience. So think for a moment about time. Time is conceptualized by means of money. We think of time spent, of time wasted, of time budgeted, even time squandered. Some of you even think about time saved, as though you can save time at a bank. Well, obviously, time is not really money, nor is there such a thing as a time bank. Rather, one thing, again, is understood in terms of another thing. Now, if I were to say to you, I'm experiencing a bout of depression, I'm not, but if I were to say, I'm experiencing a bout of depression, you know precisely what I mean. I'm employing, again, a metaphor as a means of explaining a mental condition. I obviously don't mean I'm engaged in a fight on a low spot in the road. Or to use a biblical example, when Jesus said, I am the bread of life, he wasn't saying that he was literally bread. Rather, he was metaphorically communicating that he is the essence of true life, not the staff of life, the stuff of life. Biblical metaphors are never to be regarded as as occasions for subjective flights of fancy. On the contrary, biblical metaphors are always objectively meaningful. They're always authoritative, and they're always true. Metaphors have teeth, and some metaphors have especially sharp teeth. Another series of metaphors. Well, in the next video, I want to highlight the Bible's use of similes. Don't know what a simile is? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to talk about similes. They're related to metaphors, and I think you'll find the next video very, very interesting because our Lord uses the mechanism, the literary mechanism of simile over and over again in teaching his disciples, particularly when it comes to the subject of end times.